Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttrading-solutions.com on a Tuesday. This is the 20th of August. Just to get another lackluster trading day today with any catalyst, with really no catalyst to speak of. We'll get into the charts. I want to announce a new class we're having next Wednesday about range trading. A lot of markets and range markets. How do you trade those? Some rules wrapped around that. Obviously, there's some something to that if you've been trying to wait for pullbacks and it doesn't happen or that type of thing. So again, sign up. I'm limiting it to 20. Link is on the bottom. It's going to be Wednesday on the at 11 o'clock Pacific, 2 Eastern. So go ahead and sign up for that. Let's go ahead right into the charts and start with the chart of the day. I think is the dollar index. So when we get into the dollar index here, one of the things that's interesting is the dollar's been really, really weak lately, and it's coming into some really key levels. The bottom line here is with the dollar falling, all the short currency plays, if you've been trying those, have not been working. However, now that the dollar is coming into a major demand zone, if the dollar turns up, this is where you possibly start looking for some currency shorts in the euro, in the all the currencies really for that matter, in the British pound, and so on and so forth. The British pound, the Aussie, some of these levels here, higher levels. If the so that's really the standout today, where the dollar has been falling very precipitously and then falling into a demand zone. So I would be looking for some shorts, find some levels on some currencies. If in fact the dollar does hold there, that's where you want to be. Also, silver, real quick, trying to break out. Nothing there, just chop. Gold, obviously, been talking about that. Still making new highs, pulling back. Whether this is going to do the same thing it's been doing every time it makes a new high, it pulls back hard. Whether we're in the midst of that, it's going to be tough to see. It's going to be still need to see that happening, some kind of base and then a break. From what level? Maybe it goes to 2,600. That would be the obvious level. Copper also interesting, possibly poised for a breakout. Nothing, 420. In the energies, oil all over the map. Looks like it's headed back towards 70, 71. Looks like to me, could be in case something flares up in the Middle East. But it's been very choppy. Today's action was just very, very choppy. You can see kind of been drifting lower, more or less, coming into some bottom. I would just say bottom of the range kind of thing, which is what I'm going to discuss at the class. Nat gas, interesting, forming a base right around between 210 and let's say 230, possibly poised to break out. Remember, last time we based out here, looking at this chart here, last time we based out here, we actually had that nice breakout, which at TTS, we did participate in that. So maybe this is setting up for a nice consolidation move and then possibly a break higher. We'll see. Provided we don't break 210, I think that's kind of setting up for that. Grains also look interesting. Soybeans look like they're similarly kind of basing out here, possibly looking for a breakout move as well above 980 in the soybean market. And that pretty much sums it up. I mean, the averages, I'm not talking about it too much because we're just basically up against some of these levels. We're just kind of just churning here. Whether this is the beginning of something bigger or just kind of like one of these things. The big catalyst is going to be on Friday with the Jackson Hole and possibly claims number on Thursday that maybe get this thing moving either to new highs or back down to here. With the lack of any catalyst right now, it's a little bit of a challenge. Similarly, the NASDAQ has that gap still to fill, but you can see the kind of meandering type of movement. So across the board, all the indexes, just not a lot to talk about really. The Russell did hit one of our levels here. But again, no strong follow through as of today. Could we come in tomorrow and this thing fall back down? Of course, but right now it's about maybe not even 1x far away from that level as well. So nothing major on the indexes. Bitcoin, interesting again, just chopping around, possibly also basing. Big resistance at 62,800, 64K, something like that. I would call it maybe 63K, something right in there, right along here. And then VIX holding above 15. Interesting. I wrote about it over the weekend. If you haven't subscribed to the newsletter, my premise is that, big volatility doesn't generally just go into low volatility. There's, aftershocks and all that. So the fact that we're holding 15 could be setting up for another, maybe drop going into the weekend and some further volatility, with the range maybe being, as I mentioned in the newsletter this weekend, could be setting up for a 15 to 30 type of regime like we did here back in 2022, right? So I think I wrote about that over the weekend. So anyways, that kind of sets it up. Again, claims Thursday, big Jackson Hole speech on Friday. That's going to be our big catalyst going into the end of the week. So we'll see what happens there. Again, sign up for the class. I'll go over some rules with a lot of these markets going range bound. So we'll see. Okay. All right. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk on Friday. Take care.